Grew up in a Chinese family. I thought I had my whole life mapped out, which in its essence meant studying hard, getting into a good school, getting into a top university, graduating with the best job, and somewhere along the line also get a graduate degree, whether it's a PhD, a JD, an MD, or an MBA. However, I am not the book smart type. The academic life isn't for me. I also don't enjoy reading between the lines, so the lawyer life seems pretty miserable. I also faint at the sight of blood. Definitely won't be a good doctor. Therefore, MBA seems like a pretty reasonable choice, especially when so many of my high-achieving friends are getting one. Heck, I even wrote the GMAT test the year I graduated from college. 5 years later, I am still me, just chilling on my couch, and no MBA. What happened? Hey everyone, my name is Angelina. In this video, I want to provide a comprehensive framework that I've developed through extensive research and in-depth expert interviews to help you decide whether an MBA is for you. And spoiler alert, why it is not for me. Based on my framework, there are broadly 5 reasons why people are looking to get an MBA. 1. Expand their network. 2. Pivot in their career. 3. Learn new skills. 4. Make higher salary. And 5. Rest and reflect. Now, let me break down each one of it for you. Criteria number 1. I think there's no denial in saying that having a good network is incredibly important. You know, having someone to vouch for you, having someone to create more opportunities for you can really help and push you develop both personally and professionally. And a lot of the top MBA programs does promise a very high caliber alumni network as well. Now, come to think about it, it is pretty sweet to say that you're along with US presidents or Fortune 500 CEOs, right? However, in my case, I am privileged enough to have already gone to Northwestern and worked at McKinsey, which provides me with 2 amazing networks that I can already tap into. And for someone who I want to connect with, but not in my immediate network, I'm probably always 1 or 2 degrees of separations away, which then again, I can already use in my existing network to help me make that connection. In addition, through my research, one shocking stats I found was that for University of Stanford's MBA, over 55% of the admission were from people who were in consulting, banking, or PE backgrounds, which means that even if I go to the MBA, I would still be interacting with people who I would be interacting anyways on a daily basis. So it is not creating that 1 + 1 greater than 2 effect for me. Instead, I want to explore other opportunities where I can expand my network and expand the variety in my network, which is why I joined YouTube. So unfortunately, on the network front, it is a no for me. So criteria number 2, advance or pivot in your career. A lot of people are hoping that by leveraging an MBA degree, they can successfully pivot into a complete new industry, or sometimes their work would require an MBA degree in order to get a promotion. Currently, my interest area is in tech startups, where an MBA degree is not as valued as actual work and experience or expertise. There are also tons of successful entrepreneurs who don't have an MBA degree. If that's not enough, one shocking stat that I found was that a lot of people who graduate from MBA ended up going to consulting companies, PE companies, investment bankings, or top tech companies. It is something that I've already done or am currently pursuing. So on this area, it's going to be a no for me. Criteria number 3, learn something new. A lot of people are hoping to learn more about finance or business or entrepreneurship from their MBA program. Yes, there are a lot of very seasoned professors or classes that you can take on that area. However, it is also my belief that the most effective way to learn is to learn from the job. If you wanted to be an entrepreneur, then go join a startup, go build something from the ground up. And you will realize that you learn so much faster and so much more than you would from just lectures and classes. Yes, there are maybe some very specific areas that you do need to take a course on. In that case, look at other options. There are way more online courses that are cheaper and shorter in duration that you can take up on. So unfortunately, this is another no for me. Criteria number 4, higher salary. It is no secret that MBA graduates do make a lot of money. All of the MBA schools advertise it. You can find so much data about it, about how they're able to make between 150 to 200K or even sometimes over 200K per year. It sounds pretty sweet, but when you take a closer look and factor in the opportunity cost, which is the lost opportunity of earning a salary and sometimes equity from a full-time job, it becomes quite expensive, and here's why. In order to calculate the payback period of an MBA investment, we need to compare the differences between new and old salary against the sum of tuition and opportunity cost over 2 years period, which is standard for an MBA program. Let's take the Stanford MBA as an example. Based on their website, the approximate cost of attendance is close to 120K USD. Assuming post-MBA salary is 200K, pre-MBA salary is 100K, both of which are on the high end. The payback period is almost 4.5 years. This calculation also doesn't include student loan interests, travel, or social costs, which are very common for an MBA experience. Therefore, personally, I'd rather spend the investment elsewhere. Last but not least, criteria number 5, take a break, enjoy some good parties, some international travels, or just reflect on what you want to do with your life. Yes, work is hard, is exhausting, and then you realize how good you've had it at school, and that's when you want to just go back, take a break from work, and don't have to worry about it. Yeah, but that's also a pretty expensive vacation if you have to spend 240K on it. So instead, if I truly wanted a break, I would just take a long sabbatical or leave my job, go somewhere where I can truly reflect without any outside distraction. So unfortunately, this is another no for me. Wait. So is MBA really that bad of an idea? Is it really that useless? No. In my opinion, it really depends on your unique situation, what your current status, and what your desired output is. So introducing Rayful, my fiance, who went to INSEAD for his MBA, graduated in 2016, and swears that every single penny that he invested in the MBA program was totally worth it. And here is why. 1. Expand network. Prior to MBA, Rayful only had connections to the construction and engineering industry. So the INSEAD network provided a great 1 + 1 > 2 benefit for him. 2. Career pivot. Rayful wanted to make a switch from construction. INSEAD is a top target school for management consulting companies, and therefore made it much easier for him to secure interviews and eventually led to multiple offers. 3. Learn new skills. Again, from pure construction background, he wasn't previously presented with opportunities to learn about business or finance from the job. So INSEAD was a great learning platform for him as well. 4. Making higher salary. INSEAD was a 1-year program, so the tuition and opportunity costs were much lower to him. In addition, he worked in Dubai post-graduation, where there is no income tax. His payback period ended up being less than 1 year. 5. Relax and reflect. He wasn't sure what he wanted to do, so with INSEAD, he took the time to reflect and explore, went to Middle East, took venture capital internship in Africa, and eventually settled in consulting. See? With the same criteria but very different personal situation, he was able to check off every single one of the boxes and derive tremendous value from the MBA program. So here are my thoughts. Would love to know what you think as well. Comment below. I would love to have a conversation. Until next time, bye!